And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Tuesday night high school girls and boys basketball along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. My name is Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert for Game 1. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for Game 2. Dowling and Waukee for the second time around this year in the Central Iowa Metro League. And Mike Burkert, it is a top 10 matchup. Second-ranked Dowling, 8th-ranked Waukee. A lot on the line. Conference title, obviously, and also seeding for the postseason. Dowling girls ranked 2nd and Waukee ranked 8th, and rematch from last month.
It is. Like you mentioned, number 2 against number 8, and I think we talk about this every game, is that it's important to get one of those top 8 seeds going into the state tournament. Right now, kind of Waukee is right on that borderline, and it's a big game for them. A big win here will go a long way in keeping them in that top 8.
No question. Dowling 1 game behind first place Johnson. And oh, by the way, Friday night, Dowling Johnson, number 1 versus number 2 at the Dowling gym. And Johnson and their streak. Well, they were 26-0 last year. And let's see, my parochial school math, that's 36, and carry the 3. That's 39-game winning streak going into tonight. So they may have 40 in a row if the Dragons are successful tonight in their contest as they host Ankeny in a girl-boy doubleheader, which we'll talk about here in a moment with the schedules of the CIML. 40 in a row, and it could be Dowling and Johnson for maybe see if they can end that streak. The Maroons did it earlier 2 years ago. They did. Had the same type of streak that's, I think it was like a 34 or 5 game winning streak that Johnson had, and Dowling ended it at on the Dowling court. So we'll see. You got to get through tonight, though. This is a big night.
That's right. Well, you said that was one of your top 6 games that you had.
Yeah, I did.
Last week.
I did.
But yeah.
I said 5, then it went to 6.
Yeah, well. Anyway, yeah, this is a game that it's important for both in the conference race. That's obviously the first goal you get is to try to win that conference, and your second one, if you take care of business there, then that takes care of business for your seedings.
Yeah, no question about it. We talked a little bit about some of the games. First of all, the matchup between Waukee and Dowling on the girls' side. Both teams going with their starting lineups. Really not a whole lot of change. But Dowling's bench may be affected tonight in their post. Kaylee Klein, outstanding volleyball player, does a pretty good job on the basketball side, is under the weather a little bit. I'm not sure if she is available in warm-ups, as I do not see her out there. I'm not saying that she isn't. But she may not be available tonight, and she may do what Ava Zediker did 2 weeks ago, and listen to the game to us on the radio. And back then we were live streaming that night, so I'm not sure if Kaylee Klein's in the same boat or not.
Well, she is. We'll say hello to her and hope she gets better quickly.
Absolutely,
feels better.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at tonight's game here on the the list on Iowa Catholic Radio, and as we are broadcasting tonight's game, both girls and boys. Other games going on, the CIML has Southeast Polk at Waukee Northwest in a girl-boy doubleheader. The girls, 2 ranked teams, 14th ranked Southeast Polk and 3rd ranked Waukee Northwest. Urbandale is at Johnson. Of course, the Johnson girls ranked number 1. The Johnson boys falling out of the top 10. And that is Dowling's next opponent, the girl-boy doubleheader this coming Friday, as we mentioned earlier. Valley's at Ankeny Centennial. And in the boys' contest, it's number 2 Valley. And the girls' contest is 4th-ranked Ankeny Centennial, trying to recover from the loss to Dowling on Friday, the Ankeny Centennial girls. And finally, Ankeny at Dallas Center Grimes. Ankeny girls and boys teams had the night off, so they had the bye, as there's always one team that doesn't play. Well, they scheduled Dallas Center Grimes. That's a 6 o'clock tip-off for the girls' game. Dallas Center Grimes girls ranked 5th in Class 4A. Ankeny girls ranked 15th in Class 5A. So that's a look at some of the games there. Iowa Alliance Conference, Lincoln's at North, Hoover at East, and Roosevelt at Tumwa. That Hoover East game is being played at East, even though school was dismissed there due to the heating and stuff going on in Central Iowa. A lot of businesses had to close. Some of their furnaces weren't working. Other games in the Iowa Alliance, Ames is at Norwalk, Mason City at Marshalltown, and Waterloo East at Fort Dodge. And finally, in the Little Hawkeye Conference, these are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Ankeny at DCG, we mentioned that. Des Moines Christian at Pella in a girl-boy doubleheader. So that's a look at some of the games, and it just keeps getting interesting. I brought up the standings earlier, Mike, and it was the Dowling girls 1 game behind Johnston. Dowling 9-1, Johnston 11-0, and of course the two teams meet, and Johnston would be in the driver's seat Friday night. Waukee Northwest in 3rd place with a 9-3 record. Ankeny Centennial and Waukee with 4-5 and 4-6 marks. Ankeny at 4-7, and then Southeast Polk 3-6, Valley 2-8, and Urbandale 0-10. These are all conference marks, and I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the CIML that are ranked in the girls' side. So that's pretty good number.
It is, and that goes to the strength of the conference and the kind of teams you want to play to prepare yourself for the state tournament. You notice that if you, in the games you have byes, you're trying to get quality opponents. Dowling played a couple teams from Minnesota, three teams from Minnesota actually.
That's right.
And then they go over to Omaha Saturday to play against a team. So anytime you can get an opportunity to see somebody different, because that's what you're going to see in the state tournament, that's somebody you don't see twice a year or 3 times a year or, twice a year for 5 years, it makes a difference to help you out.
Well, it certainly does. And tonight, just another cold night in central Iowa. We should preface that with our folks that are listening further south than Iowa. It might be a little warmer. We had a balmy high of around 10 degrees after getting 10 below last night. Wind chill was 25 below. Late starts because of the cold air this morning, so 2-hour late starts everywhere. And I feel like my daughter, she went to school for about 15 minutes and was dismissed at Dowling today, so they got out early because of heating issues, as did Des Moines East.
Well, I was looking earlier, when you mentioned the warmer south, down at a place where we go down on the, I guess it's called the Gulf of America now, but down on the Panhandle, and they were getting 2 to 3 inches of snow today.
You're lucky you're not down there, Mike.
No.
I know you've been down there, but they have no way to remove it other than Mother Nature, the sun.
No, and they were talking that it's supposed to stay in the low 30s for the next couple of days, so there will be no snow removal down there.
No, there will not. And let's see, we want to mention our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. Our thanks to them all season long. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bows and the Florists, and Construction Professionals. Our studio producer, Roman Wilcom. We appreciate him. I'm Mark Hamadell alongside Mike Burkert. We'll come back with starting lineups. Game 1 of our Girl Boy doubleheader from the Waukee Fieldhouse here in Waukee, Iowa, the western suburbs of the Des Moines area. It is Dowling and Waukee. And we'll return with starting lineups in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Waukee Fieldhouse as we get set for Game 1, our girls contest between Dowling and Waukee in the Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader. And in girls play, it's Class 5A. And let's take a look at the starters for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons come in with a record of 12-2. And they are on, I believe, a 7-game winning streak. As the Maroons, yes, they've won 7 in a row. And the head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 9th year at Dowling, 158 wins, 56 losses. Assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. Tom Donahue and Lisa Morrissey-Smith are JV1 coaches, and they had a win earlier, along with Jonathan Vanderau and Logan Greiner. Maroons come in averaging 61 points on offense, give up 45 points on defense. They'll start their usual starting lineup. Point guard and captain Ava Zedeker, a 5'10 senior. She'll be the point guard wearing number 13. The second guard is a captain, Layla Tritton, a 5'9 senior. She'll wear number 15. And the third guard is Katie Moeller, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 8.5 points. At one forward and captain Ellie Olson, a 5'10 senior, wearing number 5. And at center, Ellie Moeller leading the state in block shots with 59. And she's a 6'2 junior wearing number 23. We'll come back and we'll introduce the Waukee starters. But first, we're going to take a break with our pregame prayer from Father Reed Flood and our message from President of Dowling Catholic High School as we go to our pregame here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dr. Dan Ryan coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
St. John Paul II would often say that the Church must breathe with her two lungs, meaning that the Church in the East and the West is one organic whole, and that both are necessary for the life and vitality of the one body of Christ. The Byzantine Catholic Eparchy of Parma consists of 12 Midwestern states, including Iowa. If you are a Byzantine Catholic or are interested in helping to grow Eastern Catholicism in Central Iowa, email Father Bruce Riebe, iowaaoutreach@parma.org. That's iowaaoutreach@parma.org.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
We're back here at the Waukee Fieldhouse as we'll continue our introductions as they are being done on the court at this time. We mentioned the Dowling starters as Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, Katie Moeller, the three guards with Ellie Olson and Ellie Moeller in the post. Dowling comes in with a record of 12-2. They've won 7 in a row, and they lead the series over Waukee 15-11, dating back to 2007. The Maroons have won their last 7 games against the Waukee Warriors, including the win last month, 58-31 on December 20th, right before Christmas and the New Year's break. And now for the Waukee Warriors, their head coach in her 4th year is Danny Franklin Printy. 49 wins, 34 losses, 59% winning percentage. She is her team is now 8-6 going into tonight's game. Ranked 8th in Class 5A. She's assisted by her husband, Jared Printy, Abby Biller, and James Brook. And the Warriors will start this lineup at one guard. Emily Sorensen, a 5'9 senior, averaging 12.5 points, leads the team with 32 made threes and averaging 7.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 4. And the other guard is Susie Scott, a 5'9 sophomore, wearing number 3, averaging 4 points. The third guard is Natalie Sitzman, 5'3 junior, averaging 2.5 points. At one forward, Murin Salo, 5'9 junior, averaging 12 points, 5.5 rebounds. And at center, Julianne Van Kuren, 6'1 freshman, averaging 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. The Warriors come in averaging 53 points on offense, give up 51 points on defense. For Dowling, Maroons average 61 points on offense, give up 45 points on defense. The Warriors coming off a win Friday night over Southeast Polk, 58-48 at the Southeast Polk gym. But before that, the Warriors have won 3 out of their last 5 games. They do have losses to number 1 Johnston, 63-42, and number 15 Ankeny, 57-47 in that their last 5 games. So, Mike Burkert, that is the tale of the tape. What say you about some of the matchups tonight we'll be watching? And I'm going to verify the starting lineups are correct because Coach Printy said she may alter hers, and I'll check that out here in a moment.
Yeah, I think for Dowling it's going to be important that they continue to work on playing solid position defense. They've got a height advantage, and they've got to continue to work on the things that are going to take them a long way in the state tournament. They need to get their transition game going. We've noticed in the last few games that once they get that transition going and get out on a break, they're very difficult to stop. And then if the transition's not there, they need to be patient on offense. They've got a significant height advantage again, as well as length against Waukee. They should be able to, if they're patient, work the ball and be able to get nice, easy shots. And then they need to minimize their turnovers. At times they play a little bit out of control, but if they minimize those, take care of the basketball, that should be to their benefit. For Waukee, they need to shoot the basketball well. They're not the highest percentage team that they probably would like to be, and that'll also help keep Dowling's transition game from going. And they need to slow down Dowling's transition. They need to get back on defense, match up quickly, and they need to minimize their live ball turnovers. Dowling does make a number of steals, and if they can do that, that generates that transition going again. So,
all right, one change in the Waukee lineup is Natalie Sitzman, 5'3" junior, will be coming off the bench as they will start their leading scorer, Abijay Peters. She gets to start at guard, and Sitzman will come off the bench. Peters did not start at Southeast Polk, and she does tonight. Dowling wins the tip. Runners going left to right as they wear their home, or rather road maroon uniforms, white numbers, and that pull-up 3 right wing good by Layla Tritton on the first possession. Nobody picked her up, and Mike, she had an open look 3.
She had her feet set under her, made a nice, fundamentally sound shot, and
now a steal by Dowling. Here's Ellie Muller in the front court, gets it to Zedeker. Waukee matches up man-to-man. They're in their home white uniforms with long 3 by Ellie Muller, no good. Rebound Salo for the Warriors. And down court, they move the ball. They get it in the post. Now underneath, the ball is off the hands of Katie Muller. She said, "Hey, what are you throwing it to me for?" And it went off her leg.
Yeah, she got pinned down low on the baseline, just turning through it. I don't think she meant to bounce off anybody, just have it to bounce right off of Katie.
So it'll be Waukee basketball on the inbounds pass. Emily Sorensen shoots and scores the first basket for the Warriors, and we're tied, or rather, it's Dowling 3-2 over the Waukee Warriors. Now corner 3 by Tritton again. Good for this time from the right baseline. 6 points for Tritton on a pair of 3-pointers, and she leads the team with 27 made threes with those 2.
Again, nice shot on their part of their offense.
Now, Abijay Peters along 3. It's no good for the Warriors. Dowling the other way and off the glass. Katie Muller with the basket and runs out to an 8-2 lead. Dowling by 6.
Transition, the shot a 3-pointer, got a long rebound and 2 passes and they had a layup.
Both teams playing man defense. Now a pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Salo, and a rebound Dowling. And Ellie Olsen, outlet pass to Tritton underneath to Katie Muller. Now in the lane is Olsen. They threw it behind her, stolen away by Salo. Down court with the left hand layup, good. Marin Salo, the 5'9" junior, with the basket, her first of the night. And it's 8-4 Dowling. Now a long 3 by Olsen, no good. Ellie with the miss, rebound Waukee. Runs by 4. Warriors with the basketball. They go right to left. Wearing their home white uniforms. Now a long 3, top of the key by Sorensen's no good. Rebound Dowling. Ball slapped away from Katie Muller into the hands of Olsen. They take Zedeker away. They kind of front her. Underneath, the Maroons work it, and it's a shot up and good for Ellie Moeller. Her first basket of the night. Timeout. Waukee as Dowling leads by 6, 10-4 with 5.5 to go first quarter. And head coach Annie Franklin Prenti wants to talk it over with her team, Mike, and you're probably seeing the same thing that she did, and it wasn't good.
No, Dowling has come down and has had easy shots on each possession, whether it had been a three-pointer, wide-open three-pointers by Tritton, or just getting the post into Ellie Moeller, and then you just can't continue to play. You can't match baskets with Dowling.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, Fast Signs in Clive, and Catholic Tuition Organization. I think we had any changes for either team. Starter's still in there. 5:20 to go. First quarter, Dowling 10, Waukee 4. Now corner 3, up and good by Julianne Van Kuren. 6'1" freshman with her 13th three of the year.
And notice in the scouting report, she likes to shoot the three. She much prefer to shoot the three than take it inside. So she looked really good on that one.
Dowling the other way in the front court. Here's Tritton coming off the ball screen by Olsen. They try a little high-low, well defended. Now underneath the Olsen, power dribble out of the lane. Kicks over in the corner. Tritton left wing for three. It's off the mark, no good. And a rebound, Waukee and Sorensen. Tritton was batting 1,000 from the right side, shooting threes, and the left side, she missed her first. And now Abijay Peters for three, left wing. It's no good. And the rebound out to Dowling. Here's Tritton with it to Zedeker. Haven't called her name much. She hasn't had the ball too much. Ava, now the pass to Olsen on the right wing. Now to Katie Muller, or rather Ellie Muller for three. Good from the right corner baseline. She has 5 points. And Maroons back up to a 6-point lead, 13-7, 4:10 to go first quarter, Mike.
Yeah, they're getting uncontested shots here, Dowling is. And they're set, their feet are set, good form, and they're hitting those tonight.
It's like after 2 or 3 passes, and Waukee's playing man-to-man defense. That's what I'm impressed with. They're getting that good of a look. All right, driving baseline is Salo. Her shot blocked by Olsen, hits the underneath the backboard, and they say it went off of Ole as she deflected it. It'll be Waukee basketball, 7 on the shot clock. Substitution, Taryn Van Werstein checking in for the Warriors. And checking out will be Susie Scott. Now Peters inbounds the ball, gets to Salo. Long three right wing, no good. Offensive rebound, Werstein. And it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball. Werstein tried to save it to Sorensen. The Maroons will take over. Substitution for the Maroons as Macy Harnden, number 33, the first reserve for Dowling, 5'3" senior. Knocked down 12 threes on the year, and she can shoot when she comes off the bench. Here's Zedeker, right block. Now goes against Peters, turns, and shot up and left it short. Ellie Muller with the offensive rebound and a whistle and a foul on the floor on Waukee. We're going to get Salo for the foul. That'll be her first there. Mike, out of bounds to Dowling.
Yeah, that was actually a nice defense by Waukee that time. They forced Ava to a difficult shot, but we were able to get the rebound on it.
Well, here is Maroons playing catch on the perimeter. It's Katie Muller down the lane, leaves it for Harnden. Macy with it, looks to dribble in the lane, now brings it out. Right wing to Zedeker, guarded by Peters. Ava, head fake down the left side, layup up, good. The basket will count, and a foul on Abijay Peters. That'll be her first foul and Zedeker's first basket.
It was a nice drive by Ava. Took it with her left hand, got a step on her, and
Salo picks up the foul. It wasn't Peters. It was Salo coming over to help that drew the foul. And for Zedeker, completes the traditional three-point play, and she has 3 points on the night. And Dowling up to a 16-7 lead. Maroons' largest lead right now at 9, with 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter on a very cold day here in central Iowa. I got to around 10 after getting to 10 below last night, and the wind chills in the 20 belows. Some schools were postponed. Most schools postponed till like 10 o'clock starts, and some even closed. But we're playing basketball tonight. It's supposed to warm up a little bit overnight. Now a long three is Waukee with the long possession. Good by Julia Van Kuren. Just what you said, Mike. She'd rather play from the outs beyond the arc instead of using her height inside. And she's got 6 points and cuts the Dowling lead to 6. Now Katie Muller for three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound Peters. Abijay in the front court for Waukee. Down the lane against Zeker. Kicks it out. It's stolen away by Ellie Muller, but stolen back by Peters. She's in the lane, doesn't have anybody around her, and now throws it away. Steal by Zedeker. Ava in the lane. Goes in traffic and draws the foul. And this will be on Sorensen, I believe. And that'll be... It'll be on Werstein, excuse me. I guess she had two to choose from, and Werstein drew the foul, and Zedeker at the free throw line, Mike.
Well, that time, kind of the ball went back and forth a couple of times, and the Waukee girl had the ball right in the lane, nobody in front of her, and kicked it back out.
It's like, yeah, take the shot.
Yeah. So she had her back to the basket, and all she do is turn around and she had a layup.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals. Blessman International. There's a group over in Africa right now from Blessman Internationals. Quite a contingency over there. Bozen the Florist and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Second free throw is good by Zedeker. She has 5 points, 3 for 3 at the line tonight, 18-10. Dowling over Waukee. 1:40 left in this Class 5A girls matchup. Peters, a shot from the right block, and it might have been partially blocked by Zedeker. Rebounded by Olsen. Ellie down court, layup with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound and put back good by Ellie Muller. Timeout Waukee. And Dowling's size is just a little too much, as it was in game one, over the Waukee Warriors, it shows. And this will be a 30-second timeout with a minute 29 remaining, and Dowling with its largest lead, Mike Burkert, of 10 points, leading 20-10.
Yeah, I think the Waukee coach has seen a couple of things that didn't match up with what maybe they talked about before the game, and she's used 2 timeouts here in the first less than 7 minutes of the game. She's just trying, I think, not to let things get away from them early on here, because like we talked about it, Dowling's hit 4 layups, and another was a layup that she got fouled on. So 5 of their shots have been wide open or layups that they've given up.
Dowling's won the first meeting between the two teams back in December at Dowling, a game that we carried on Iowa Catholic Radio, 58-31 in the first meeting. And the Maroons off to a great start here. Dowling out of the timeout. Stitzman in there. Her shot up and good. Natalie Sitzman, 5'3" junior, with her 4th 3 of the year, and it came at a good time for Coach Danny Franklin Prinny. Cuts the Dowling lead to 7, 20-13. With a minute to play here in the first quarter at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Glad you could join us tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. And now a steal as Tritton has the ball poked away. Steal by Susie Scott. 2-on-1 fast break. They get it inside to Peters. Layup good. Now a 4-0 run by Waukee, Mike, out of that timeout, with Peters scoring her first basket.
Just to give him some secret sauce or something during that timeout.
All right, Tritton with it for the Maroons. There's Muller with it. That's Katie. To Harnden. 3 from the top of the key. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Olsen comes away with it. She slapped it out of the hands of Susie Scott. And the Maroons get a brand new, they turned the shot clock off. 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, in the first quarter, and Dowling will have a chance to hold the ball, but the ball now loose, and it goes out of bounds off Harnden. So it'll be a turnover against the Maroons as they got a little careless, and Sitzman had a lot to do with that for the Warriors.
Yeah, she stayed up right on her there, and the ball was bobbled, and then there's a loose ball, and it went out of bounds off Dowling.
Dowling's lead is 5. Here's Peters with it. Long 3 right in front of the Dowling bench. It's short. Rebound Ellie Olsen, and we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 20 and the Waukee Warriors 15. Dowling ranked 2nd, Waukee ranked 8th. We'll be back with the second quarter from the Waukee Fieldhouse here in Waukee, Iowa. It's Dowling 20, Waukee 15 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
All right, we're underway here in the second quarter. Welcome back to the Waukee Fieldhouse. Central Iowa Metro League girls and boys basketball in the Central Iowa Metro League. Waukee with the basketball first to start the second quarter in this Class 5A girls matchup. Dowling 20 and Waukee 15. Mark Amadale and Mike Burkert now a long three for the Warriors on their first possession of the second quarter. And Julianne Van Kuren, the freshman, misses the three from the top of the key and rebound out to Dowling. Maroons going with their original five starters: Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller take the court to start the second quarter. Here's Ellie Muller down the lane with the right hand. Layup good. Ellie Muller, who had 7 points in the first quarter, now has 9. And it's 22-15. Maroons by 7. Dowling led by as many as 10 in that first quarter. Abijay Peters with it for the Warriors. Fakes the three, guarded by Zedeker. Pass goes left wing over to Scott. Now Susie Scott gives it up to Emily Sorensen. She'll launch the three, top of the key. It's no good. And Ellie Muller with the rebound. We'll get our first quarter statistics here when we get a moment. The Muller sisters play catch. Here's Katie with it. Thinks about dribbling. Leaves it for her sister, left wing. Ellie for three. It's no good. Rebound Sorensen and Waukee. Warriors get in the front court, and Dowling gets back. And they'll start their offense. Sorensen will run the point, guarded by Tritton. Tritton now with the steal. Layla with it. 2-on-2 fast break to Ellie Muller. Her shot blocked by Sorensen, but into the hands of Zedeker. Now back to Muller, and a backdoor cut by Zedeker, and her shot is blocked, but a foul on Waukee, and that'll be Emily Sorensen and her first foul, and free throws coming, Mike, for Ava Zedeker, who has 5 first half points. You got to look at some of the numbers from the first quarter.
Yeah, Dowling was 7 out of 14, 50%, 3 of 8 from three-point range. Hit all their free throws, 3 out of 3. They had 9 rebounds, 3 offensive, 6 defensive, had 3 turnovers. And points off Waukee turnovers, Dowling got 2 points off their turnovers. For Waukee, they were 6 out of 14, 43%, 3 of 8 from 3, and they had 2 turnovers, and Dowling scored 2 points off of their turnovers.
All right, Zedeker misses the free throw. Rebound slapped around. Olsen got it to Muller, and now a shot up and no good by Zedeker. Waukee the other way. They turn it over. Dowling the other way. A shot by Zedeker, no good. Offensive rebound, Ava. Ball slapped around and picked up by Katie Muller in the wrong spot in the corner to timeout Dowling. As Katie Muller got caught on the corner between the baseline and the sideline. That's a bad spot. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 23-15, Dowling with the lead with 5:36 to go here in the second quarter. And Mike, did you get through all your stats?
I think I got through them all. I think the things to look at when you look at those stats is Waukee's basically shooting the ball from outside. They're not taking the ball in at all against Dowling. Not a lot of penetration, a lot of passing around the outside and then shooting threes. Dowling is also shooting a lot of threes. They hit a couple early. And then, the transition makes a big difference for Dowling. If they get the transition going, it's...
ironically, the time these two teams met at Dowling back in December, Waukee had 4 block shots, Dowling had 3, and usually Dowling's been the ones doing the shot blocking, with Ellie Muller leading the state in blocks. Now here's a turnover by Dowling as Abijay Peters comes away with it. But the Maroons shot 40% against Waukee, and the Warriors shot 28% that night. So they do not like to, post up inside, if you will. And now the ball slapped out of bounds. They say it went off the foot of Murin Salo, so it'll be Dowling basketball as these turnovers start to pile up. Last meeting, Waukee had 20 turnovers to Dowling's 13.
Yeah, so far they've not been doing too bad a job with, handling the basketball, but the last couple of possessions they've looked a little shaky.
All right, here's Katie Moeller. Underneath, layup good. She went right around Murin Salo. And Katie with her 4th point. So scoring column tonight, Ellie Moeller leading the way with 9 points. Layla Tritton with 6. Now a steal by the Maroons. We got traveling called as Katie Moeller got too deep and tried to reverse pass and travel with the basketball. Was that her or Olsen? One of the two.
I think it was Katie.
Okay. You mentioned Ellie Moeller with 9 points leads Dowling. 6 points for Layla Tritton. 6 points for Ava Zedeker. 4 points for Katie Moeller. And Ellie Olsen has yet to score in the contest for the Maroons. Macy Harnden's been in there, and she has yet to score. It looks like Dowling is back to full strength, as Harnden was out there briefly here. No, she still is. So.
Yeah, they got Katie Muller's out right now.
Okay, so that is the change for the Maroons. Actually, Ellie Muller's out.
Ellie Muller, excuse me.
Is out for the time being. I don't believe Katie Klein is with the Maroons tonight. She's got an illness. So now a long three, top of the key, good. And that's Sorensen with her first three tonight. She has 5 points for Waukee. As we approach the 4-minute mark, 25-18, Dowling by 7. Long three up, good. Katie Muller with her 7th point on her first three, her 21st of the year.
Both of those 3-pointers were behind the white line, which is even further, maybe another 3-4 feet past the normal 3-point line.
Salo in the lane, and her shot no good, a little too strong. Rebound Katie Muller. So the Maroons going out without their post player, Ellie Muller, the 6'2 junior. He's kind of employing an all-guard offense, if you will. Here's Zedeker with it, coming off the ball screen by Olsen. Maroons look to penetrate inside. Zedeker in the lane with the left hand layup, good. Strong move by Ava Zedeker. 8 points for Ava, and Dowling's lead is now 12, 30-18, their largest of the night, over Waukee with 3:15 to go in the half.
She had to work for that one, but it paid off for her with a nice drive.
All right, Salo in the lane. Her shot no good. Zedeker with the rebound. Ava leads the charge. Everybody gets back for Waukee. Right elbow, pull-up jumper, good. They left her open, and they dropped down. Zedeker has 10 points.
Time she brought it down, and they backed off, and she was wide open.
Now Waukee gets the ball inside. And a shot up and no good by Julian Van Kuren, but she drew the foul. And that's the first time Van Kuren has shot a ball inside the blocks. Normally, her shots or points have come outside the arc, Mike.
The difference was Ellie Muller was waiting to check in, and Olsen was guarding her, and she had the height advantage.
A little different.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Van Kuren, 6'1" freshman for Waukee, averages 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. Both free throws no good. Ball slapped out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball as Ellie Muller, or check that, is not Ellie Muller checking in.
Yep,
yes, she did. And number 31 for Dowling is also in there, and that's Olivia Meredith for the first time tonight. Olivia, 5'8" junior. As Muller and Olsen. That's Katie Muller and Ellie Olsen on the bench for the Maroons. And now we got a blocking foul on Tritton. The team foul number 2 on Dowling, I believe.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls called. 1 against Waukee, 2 against Dowling from this quarter.
2:40 remaining. Peters inbounds the ball. Top of the key it goes to Van Kuren. Guarded by Ellie Muller. The battle of over 6-foot posts. And now Peters for 3, good. Abijay Peters, another freshman, with her 5th point and her 13th made 3 of the year for Waukee. 32-21 Dowling. Well, they lob it inside to Olson. It's stolen away by Susie Scott. Maroons had led by as many as 14 tonight, and now the Warriors come down. A shot no good. Rebound Maroons, and here's Zedeker. Tries to penetrate in the lane, now backs it out. And her shot off the glass too strong. And the rebound, Peters and Waukee. Leaves it for Scott. Now over to Sorensen. Top of the key it goes to Van Kuren. Sitzman with it to Van Kuren. Thinks about the three. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Sorensen with it, right wing. Over to Sitzman. Back to Sorensen in the lane. And we've got a jump ball call between Zedeker and Sorensen. Holding possession, Dowling. So Maroons will take over with a minute and a half to play. At halftime, we hope to catch up with Dowling boys basketball coach Justin Einertson. Talk about and preview the matchup, Dowling and Waukee. The Waukee boys defeated Dowling in game one. Tonight's their rematch. The Dowling girls now leading by 11 here, Mike, in the final minute and 20 seconds remaining. Runs with it, Meredith. Over to Tritton, comes off a ball screen, leaves it for Ellie Muller for three. It's no good. And a rebound, Peters and Waukee. Peters brings it down court. She'll do a step back three. Top of the key. It's no good. And a rebound, Katie Muller. 55 seconds remaining in the half. And the Maroons running with the basketball. Lead pass, Katie Muller to her sister Ellie. Layup good. And Ellie Muller with 11 points.
Yeah, and the transition.
That was quick. And Ellie was directly running the lane line in the right block. And Katie hit her directly. So Waukee's transition defense, I think she's got to be addressed at halftime. And now underneath, Sallow posts up on the right block, and her layup's good. Murin Sallow with her fourth point, 5'9" junior. 20 seconds remaining. Dowling leading 34-23. As we go to the final 20 seconds of the half. Here's a long three by Olson, no good. Rebound, Sallow and Waukee. 8 seconds remaining. Out to Sorensen. Underneath, they try to get it to Van Buren. It's stolen away by Dowling and Katie Muller, and three-pointer is up and good.
She hit it from midcourt.
Yeah, she traveled too, but they're going to count it. I think the officials are going to get together to see if they got it traveling. And I know we have our live stream folks here, and we also have MediaCom for folks that can watch it later. They count the basket by Katie Muller, so that's her second three of the night. And she has 10 points at halftime. And Dowling leading 37-23 at halftime here, Mike.
Yeah, well, sometimes you better be lucky. That time they didn't see the feet moving, you're right.
You take them any way you can. Now, as Coach Einerson will tell you before you take the headset off, that's always legal in the NBA, his league.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's legal everywhere, that's right. All right, we'll take a break. Mike Burkert is alongside me tonight. I'm Mark Amadale. Our halftime score, Dowling 37, Waukee Warriors 23. And we'll return to the Waukee gym here at halftime. Talk to the Dowling boys coach Justin Einertson after this 1-minute break along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
On this Faith Check, let's talk about the Holy Eucharist. Catholics believe that the bread and wine are more than just symbolic reminders. By the power of God working through the priest, they are transformed into Christ's body and blood. Our Lord taught, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you do not have life within you. The Jews scoffed at this and asked, how can he give us his flesh to eat? Even his disciples said, this is a hard saying, and many stopped following him. Now, when genuine misunderstandings occurred in the Gospels, Jesus corrected his listeners. But Jesus meant what he said and did not back down. My flesh is food indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He who eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For 2,000 years, the Eucharist has been the heart of the Catholic faith. In fact, the early Christians said, without the Eucharist we cannot live, preferring to risk their lives rather than to miss the Mass. Today, he invites each one of us to receive his very flesh and blood. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And we're back here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale. Halftime of the girls contest, and it's Dowling 37, Waukee 23. Joined now by Justin Einertson, the Dowling Catholic boys basketball coach, as we preview the Dowling boys game with Waukee for the second time this year. Game one went to Waukee 59-51 right before Christmas break. And Coach Einertson, tonight is game two. Welcome. And another night in the CIML doubleheader. Great weather outside. You know, school was delayed, and then I think it was on for 15 minutes, according to my daughter, and then everybody got to go home today.
Yeah,
Does that include the teachers?
2 minutes before school started, we got word that we were being sent home. So, so we've had what was it? Air conditioning. I don't remember. Oh, cafeteria. And now we got flooding in the cafeteria. So, I'm sure they'll get on top of it, and we'll be back.
The kids are loving it, but as I told my daughter, you like going to school in the middle of June? Keep it up.
I know.
Keep it up. All right,
Coach.
Well, Coach, tonight it's Waukee, and our Dowling alum, Kevin Kanaski, coaching the Waukee Warriors, and I love Kevin, and but not tonight. Tonight's,
Same.
I think he does a great job, and he's got a good team, and they're off to a great start. As you found out, they're 9-2 right now, ranked 5th in Class 4A boys, and they have this guy named Jacobson. We have some pretty good postmen, including your own Charlie Crane, but Evan Jacobson, and of course the kid from Valley, and a few others.
It's a good league for posts.
Yes, it's a good league for post players and shot blockers, but that's going to be a matchup. Charlie Crane, and can Charlie stay out of foul trouble and be productive? But talk about your team against this Waukee team, because last time I remember the game vividly. It was Christmas break, the final game. Everything was shut down for 2 weeks because of Christmas and New Year's, and you weren't very happy with your team. And
we had a lead in the first half.
Yes,
and
you did.
Honestly, I don't think we played well in the first half either, but in the third quarter we just kind of fell apart, and they went on an 18-0 run. So they were perfect, and we were about as bad as you could be for about 6 minutes. And so we came back at 6 a.m. the next morning on our first day of vacation and cleansed ourselves from our sins from the night before. And honestly, I think it was pretty productive. You know, I thought our mentality going into break was really good, and I thought break was really good for us. So we actually used that game as a benchmark in a lot of ways since. You know, we cleaned up a lot of things. We cleaned up, who plays with who, rotations, sideline out of bounds plays, a couple of just key press breaking things, just trying to make sure that we don't have that happen again. When we have a positive assist to turnover ratio, a very positive one, we're usually doing pretty well, and that was our only game of the year where we had more turnovers than assists.
And normally you've done that. He played very well at Ankeny against Coach Fontana, 80-41 win Friday night. And a week ago tonight, the Dowling Valley game, Valley got off to a great start, and they were going to run you out of the gym. Your kids fought back and got the game respectable.
Well
you really did. And you can build on that, and you did to Tuesday night, or rather to Friday night in the win up at Centennial. But here we go. And that was that infamous week last month where you took on Waukee on a Friday and then Johnston on Tuesday, and you have that same matchup this week with just reverse. You have Waukee tonight and Johnston Friday.
Yeah, I mean, the prep for this game is pretty straightforward because they play a lot like we do. The difference is they have a guy scoring a lot of points at that center position, and he's a tough guard. He's not just a tough guard for our 6'9" kid. He's a tough guard for everyone because he tends to create for others. He rebounds well. He shoots a high percentage from three, which is really difficult because he can't help off them, which makes those guards better too. So tough matchup, but they have to deal with us as well, and I feel like we're trending upwards.
Absolutely. We're visiting with Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, for his game and game number 2 of our doubleheader as Dowling on the road at Waukee. Right now, the girls' game, Dowling leading 37-23 at halftime. And, Coach, let's talk about a little bit of this team. I thought Jay White did a nice job. There's a kid that came off football, does everything defensively, kick returner, and he did pretty well. I thought he was kind of the straw that stirred the drink a little bit with Jacobson having a lot of points in the middle, as you mentioned. Mm-hmm. But he played pretty well for coming off football, and now he's into the season. And their youngster, Pete Craig, the freshman, 6'4" freshman.
He surprised me a little bit.
He's done
really well.
Yeah.
And you think about going into this year, people were maybe not so high on Waukee, and that's always wrong, in my opinion, because they are well coached. People weren't picking them very high in the conference, and no matter what, no matter who they lose, they're coached really well. They have a really nice system, and they got guys that step up into roles. So Pete Craig has stepped up into a role that I think has surprised a lot of people in the conference. He's done a nice job. He's become a problem because he can defend too. You know, as a freshman, that's really rare. Usually you're good on one end as a freshman, and he's been pretty good on both. Their guards are in a really good spot because of what Jacobson does for them. So what we need to make sure we do is wear Jacobson out, be physical with him, and then try to win those one-on-one matchups defensively, because there's really not many people you can help off of, because everybody can hurt you.
You know, with the way your offense runs, you have a big guy in Charlie Crane, but your guards, you don't know which one's going to be hot. And I see a Nathan Jenkins come out of his shell, if you want to call it that, Friday night at Centennial. Had a tremendous floor game. Lucas Paoli showing that senior leadership. Noah Martins has just been steady all year, team leader in made threes. And Maddox Capola off to a slow start, but he is really finding his groove, and he's the veteran of all of them. He had the most playing time coming into the year. I like their confidence. And then you could insert the other guard, Gio Keelis, off the bench, and he's played well. He's giving you that instant offense and giving you some defensive rebounding and such.
Yeah, I mean, I could make comments about all of them. I think two of them that are really key tonight. Maddox was really struggling offensively when we played him the first time, and I feel like he's playing really well. So he's training upwards as well. Gio had a really good week of practice, and I expect him to have a big night coming up soon. So if it's tonight, we'll be in really good shape. It's a great opportunity for us. You know, we're officially ranked 10th. I think every metric has us around that 10th mark. You know, to get out of that 10th mark, you got to win. You got to win games like this, and you know we got plenty of them left in this conference, but you have to start clicking off those wins, and you know, I think we have the group to do it, so it'll be a challenge, but we're excited for it.
And how important is that for postseason seedings? You like to be in the top eight, and right now you're a 2 seed, which means you'll be lumped with
probably end up with another CIML school, because they try to make sure there's only 4 of us downtown.
They do that because they want you to condense your scouting reports. They don't want you traveling across Iowa to do it.
That's so nice of them. Yeah, couldn't be happier about it.
All right, well, Coach, best of luck.
Just want to make a statement.
Sure,
Katie's
go ahead.
shot was great, and she stepped through. You're allowed to leave your pivot foot to shoot, and she did. Great call. Great no call by the officials.
Not by the parents in front of us from Waukee and a few coaches.
I got a rule book in my
I know you
can
do.
look at, but you know, showing those to parents not advisable.
You know, we learned something tonight about what a pivot foot is, and maybe a little NBA in the high school. But it's a legal shot, is what you're saying. The Katie Moeller shot, and they
legal. It's
and
just
they counted
never
it.
called legal.
They've
it's usually
counted
called a travel. Right.
Got it.
I'm happy they didn't.
All right.
All right. Have fun this
All right,
afternoon.
and we're gonna see you afterwards,
Yes,
or
sir.
not? Or you got to
Yep.
catch the bus.
Oh, no bus.
Come on up.
All right.
And bring a friend if you want. All right. That's Justin Einertson, Dowling boys coach, joining us at halftime. We're going to take a break, come back to the start of the second half. Dowling girls leading 37-23 over Waukee. Back to the Waukee Fieldhouse in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio is AM 1150, KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM, K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 KIHS, Adel Panora, and 89.9 KCSL Spencer Spirit Lake.
All right, we're back here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Second half underway, 40-23. Dowling Catholic with the lead. The Maroons have grown their lead to 17 points here in the third quarter with a corner 3 by Layla Tritton. That was good. Waukee did not score in their first possession. Now on Waukee's second possession in the lane, a shot by Abijay Peters is good. She now has 7 points, and it's Dowling with the lead 40-25 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert. And now the Maroons get it inside on the right block. Up and good with the shot by Ellie Moeller, who has a quiet 13 points.
They're a nice high-low move that time. where they took the ball from the wing to the high post with Ellie Olsen, and she dropped it right down to Ellie Moeller for a nice, easy layup.
And now the Warriors with the basketball. Dowling went 4 of 5 at the free throw line in the first half. Waukee 0 for 2. And now Peters posting up Zediker, and Peters shot no good. They're going to get Ava Zediker for the reach-in foul. And Mike got a chance to get our halftime stats in. Go ahead.
Yeah, in the first half, Dowling was 14 of 29 for 48%. 5 of 13 from the three-point range. Like you mentioned, 4 of 5 free throws, 80%. They had 19 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Waukee was 9 for 24, 38%. They were identical to Dowling, 5 of 13 for the three-point range. Only shot 2 free throws, missed them both. And rebound-wise, Dowling out-rebounded them 19 to 11, and they had 6 turnovers.
All right, both free throws good by Abijay Peters. She now has 9 points, 2 for 2 at the line, 42-27. Now, shot in the lane, no good by Dowling and Ava Zediker. Both teams switch baskets. Maroons going to the south basket, going right to left in front of us. Maroons in their road maroon uniforms with white numbers and letters and trim. Waukee in their home white uniforms with purple numbers and letters. And a corner three good by Van Kuren. And she is like 3 out of 5 from that three-point range, and she's got 9 points tonight.
That was actually a really nice offensive set by Waukee to get that shot. And Dowling came right back down, and Zediker took it right to the basket and scored.
And Ava starting to warm up. She had 10 points at halftime. That's her first basket of the second half. She now has 12 points, 44-30. Dowling by 14. Maroons' largest lead was 17 points earlier in the third quarter. Sorensen for 3, and that's beyond the second line out there. It's good. Emily Sorensen, with her second 3 of the night and her 34th of the year, has 8 points. Getting their feet set, Mike. Those shooters, when they extend the defense, I mean, you're beyond the original three-point arc, and now you're at the one that they removed for whatever reason. I don't know what that was used for.
I don't know.
Dowling with the ball, run their offense. Here is Olsen in the lane, kicks it out to Katie Moeller. 10 on the shot clock. Now they get it to Zediker. Ava with it, coming off a ball screen by Katie Moeller in the lane. Little teardrop shot, good. Ava Zediker coming off that ball screen and using that ball screen has 14 points.
I think Waukee was questioning whether or not there was a moving screen that time.
And now here's a steal by Zediker all the way down, and they're going to wave the shot off. Before the shot, Peters with the foul. And on Abijay, that'll be her second foul. She's the second player on Waukee with 2 fouls. Murin Salo with 2 fouls. For Dowling, Maroons in pretty good shape. They've just committed 2 fouls this whole game. Maroons are down a post player, 6'1" sophomore, Kaylee Klein, ill today, and I don't believe made the trip over here. I don't see her on the bench. As Tritton with the ball and has the ball slapped back at her by Sorensen. So the Maroons will take over. As on the foul, they reset the shot clock, and it's a side out for Dowling in front of the Dowling bench to our left.
And one thing I think I've noticed in the last few games, very few free throws by either team.
Here's a three-pointer by Zediker, no good. Offensive rebound, Tritton. Inside the Moeller, back out to Tritton. Three-pointer, no good. And the ball slapped out of bounds by Katie Moeller. So let's take a look at the scoring in the first half. Katie Moeller, Ava Zediker, 10 points in the first half. Zediker now with 14 points. Layla Tritton, 6 points in the first half for Dowling, now has 9 points. Ellie Moeller had 11 points at halftime. She now has 13 points. That's the Dowling scoring. Again, the Maroons were 4 of 5 unofficially at the free throw line. Maroons outscored Waukee 17-8 in that second quarter. Now a long 3, good by Peters. So Peters with her second 3 of the night. She's starting to heat up. She has 12 points here in the game, had 5 at halftime, and has 7 here in this third quarter. It's 46-36. Dowling's lead 10. Now They lob it inside to Ellie Moeller, and she is triple teamed. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball as Ellie Olson returns to the Dowling lineup, replacing Katie Moeller.
Yeah, Waukee's matching them here early in the third quarter. They've hit 4 out of 5 shots and both their free throws. So
the reverse pass by Ellie Olson, deflected by Salo. One thing I'm noticing is Waukee getting into the passing lanes, and the Maroons maybe a ball fake or head fake or something, because they're reading that first movement and attacking the pass. All right, Zediker down the lane, shot off the glass, good. Every time Ava goes to the basket, Mike, it looks like there's contact, but it's just the way she handles herself and goes.
Kind of gives it that sort of a jackknife look.
Yes.
And, some referees will catch that and call that, some won't.
16 points for Ava Zediker. Now here's underneath, reverse layup, no good by Julianne Van Kuren, but drew the foul, and I think Ellie Moeller is the one who committed the foul. It is. That'll be Ellie's first foul. And free throws coming for Van Kuren, and I know she's 0 for 2 tonight at the free throw line, but that is something that Coach Danny Franklin Printy of Waukee would like to see her do, is be more of a presence in the post and use that outside game that she has.
Yeah, she's still young though, so there's time to improve for her, but she does have a really nice outside shot, and that was actually a nice move. It was a reverse layup that she tried to shoot up there and got fouled on.
Van Kuren makes 1 of 2 free throws. She now has 10 points unofficially tonight. And Dowling with the ball, leading 48-37. Tritton with it. Now to Harnden, corner 3, no good, off the rim, and it's out of bounds to Waukee. Macy Harnden, that corner 3 from the right baseline, as she comes into the lineup, replacing Zediker.
Yeah, that Dowling tried the high-low initially, and it was not the best pass, and it got knocked away. But they were trying that high-low again and had Ellie Moeller set up inside.
Right now, Waukee with the basketball on their offensive end, and the ball poked away. 25 in the shot clock. And the Maroons, both teams have stayed man-to-man in their defense. Now they get inside to Sorensen. And Sorensen will pull up for 3 in the left wing. It's no good. Tritton with the rebound, as she out-hustled Salo with it. Now Tritton's pass, she threw it away. She tried to hit Ellie Moeller with the pass on the right block and threw it away. So a turnover against the Maroons. 48-37, Dowling, under 2 minutes to play, third quarter here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Glad you could join us here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Hamadale, Mike Burkert. And now whistling a foul on the Warriors. I'm sorry, on Dowling, and that'll be on Harnden. Macy Harnden with her first foul. And of course, our thanks to Roman Wilcom, our studio producer. The third foul on Dowling here in the third quarter, 1 on Waukee. And now they lob it inside to Sorensen, and she's converged on and now dribbles out of it. And we'll start the Waukee offense top of the key. Peters right wing with the pass. Now dribbles, right elbow, won't shoot the 3, guarded by Harnden. Abijay now picks up her dribble, passes right wing. Now on the baseline, Salo, and her pass is knocked out of bounds by the Maroons with 13 on the shot clock. A minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
That was pretty good defense. She drove baseline. Help defense came, but they rotated down in the corner and tipped the ball away. So that was actually a good defensive play that they did.
All right, Sorensen with it. Right wing it goes to Sitzman, who's in there for the Warriors. Over to Salo on the right block. Pass inside to Sorensen, knocked out of bounds. They say off Zediker with 3 on the shot clock. And this is what's changed since you coached. You got to play for 3 seconds on the shot clock, Coach Burkert, because you didn't have the shot clock back in the day.
No.
Quick hitter.
Just catch and shoot.
There it is. Sorensen for 3, and it's no good. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Moeller. Outlet pass to Harnden. Macy dribbles to the center of the court. In the corner to Katie Moeller for 3 off the back iron, no good. And a whistle and a loose ball foul on Ellie Moeller. And that's 2 quick fouls on Ellie. That's her second. With 65 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, Dowling 48, Waukee 37. Maroons led 37-23 at halftime. Maroons led 20-15 at the end of the first quarter. Outscored Waukee 17-8 in the second quarter to lead at halftime, 37-23. But It's changed here in the third quarter. Waukee's put up some pretty good numbers and have kept Dowling at bay. Peters in the lane. Off balance shot up and good by Abijay Peters for Waukee. The basket will count and a foul on Dowling. That'll be on Harnden. Her second. Nice move by Peters. And even though her body was off balance when she shot and she was being fouled, she got it to fall.
She got a step on Harnden and was able to convert and got 3-point play.
So Peters with 15 points tonight.
Down to an 8-point game.
And she's got 10 of those 15 in the third quarter alone. She's 3 for 3 at the line is Abijay Peters, the freshman for Waukee. And Dowling's lead, as Mike mentioned, is 8 with 30 seconds to play, 48-40. 15 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. And here's Zediker with the left hand, draws the foul. And she was just kind of prodding her way through, and a foul called on Van Kuren, her first. This will be a shooting foul for Zediker. Stops the clock with 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that possession looked a little, use the word stagnant, I guess. They all kind of stood on the wings and let Ava kind of yo-yoed in the lane before she took it to the basket there.
I called it prodding. It was kind of prodding.
There you go.
Prodding a little bit.
Probing. She was probing their defense.
Yeah, probing, thank you. Second free throw good by Zediker. She has 17 points. And it's 49-40, Dowling by 9. 17 seconds remaining, third quarter. Peters with it between, now gets it over to Salo between the circles. Salo looks over to her head coach, Danny Franklin Prinny, in her fourth year at Waukee. It's called a set play. Now in the corner it goes. Here's Sitzman with it. Pull-up jumper right wing, no good. Gets her own rebound. A putback, no good. And we've come to the end of the third quarter here at Waukee High School with the score. Dowling Catholic 49, the Waukee Warriors 40. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale, back with quarter number 4 of this top 10 matchup in Class 5A in the Central Iowa Metro League. Number 2 Dowling Catholic leading 49-40 over number 8 Waukee in this girls matchup. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, all religions believe basically the same thing? They only differ in their external forms, in the way they express it. G.K. Chesterton says the truth is precisely the other way around. The religions of the world do not differ greatly in rites and forms. They do differ greatly in what they teach. In most every religion, people pray, they sing, they read sacred texts, they honor their traditions, they have special feasts, they light candles and so on. But they don't teach the same things. They don't believe the same things. There's only one religion that believes that Christ is the Son of God, that he suffered and died for our sins, and that he rose from the dead. Only one religion believes in one Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And welcome back to the Waukee Fieldhouse. Dowling has the first possession of the fourth quarter. Maroons try a pass inside to Ellie Muller. Pass too strong, goes out of bounds. Turnover against Dowling. We'll catch our statistics through three quarters here in a moment. Dowling 49, Waukee 40 in this top 10 matchup in Class 5A. Maroons ranked second, and Waukee ranked 8th. This is the second meeting of the season. Dowling winning the first meeting 58-31 back on December 20th. Now pull-up jumper no good, and a loose ball foul called on Dowling as the ball went out of bounds. And they're going to call Ellie Olson with the foul. And Mike, you got to look at some of the numbers through three quarters. Ellie with her first foul.
Yeah, that quarter, Waukee outscored Dowling 17-12. They both shot 50% in the third quarter, 5 out of 10. The difference being Waukee hit 3 out of 5 from the three-point range, where Dowling was 1 out of 4. And Waukee was 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. Was able to make up some ground on Dowling, and we'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter now.
All right, Van Kuren for 3. It's no good for Waukee. Rebound Dowling. The Maroons get the ball inside to Ellie Muller, and we got a reach-in foul called on Julia Van Kuren. That'll be her second foul, and the first foul of the fourth quarter for Waukee. Dowling already has a foul here in the fourth quarter. The Maroons inbound the ball. As Dowling going with their 5 starters. Both Moeller sisters, Tritton, Zediker, and Ellie Olsen. There's Zediker with it. Out to Ellie Olsen for 3 right wing. No good. Peters with the rebound for the Warriors. Waukee 4 of 7 at the free throw line unofficially through 3 quarters. Dowling 5 of 7 at the free throw line unofficially. Warriors in the front court. Dowling stays man-to-man as they move the ball around the perimeter. There's Salo with it. Out to Sitzman, who gets the fourth quarter start. Reverse the ball right wing to Van Kuren. Over to Sorensen. Now a corner 3 up and no good by Salo. Rebound Dowling and Olsen. Ellie will dribble in the front court. And she's guarded by Sorensen, not a Zediker, guarded by Peters. Zediker wants to lob it into Muller, can't do it. Gets it to the other Muller sister. This is Katie. Dribbling down the lane, left wing. Kicks it over to Tritton. Layla back to Katie Muller. Corner 3 from the left wing, in and out, no good. Tip no good. Rebound Dowling and Olsen. Underneath the Ellie Muller, layup good. And Ole with the offensive rebound and gets the assist there, Mike, on the pass to Ellie Muller.
That was a nice hustle and a nice cut to the basket after the rebound was made. So good job out of Dowling on that one.
15 points for Ellie Muller. 51-40, Dowling by 11. Again, the Maroons led by 14 at halftime and led by 17 in the third quarter, but Waukee has stayed around, and that's one reason why. Corner 3 right baseline, good by Murin Salo. That is her first 3 of the night, and she has 7 points.
Dowling came down, missed a quick 3-pointer, and Waukee got the defensive rebound.
It's all about getting the feet set. Salo did on that 3-pointer. As you mentioned, the miss by Dowling, and now in the lane, Sorensen's shot is blocked out of bounds by Olsen, as Harnden will check in for the Maroons, replacing Ellie Olsen. And we've got a timeout called, and this will be a full timeout by Waukee with 5:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 51, Waukee 43. We'll take a 1-minute break along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz, Wednesday, April 2nd at the Iowa Event Center in downtown Des Moines. This limited seating event allows for an intimate conversation about faith that will inspire a deeper relationship with Jesus.
When you see the Lord lifted up like this, you are looking at Calvary. You're participating in his restoration of the world.
Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz. Go to iowacatholicradio.com and reserve your seat now. Presented by BSB Design.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
All right, we're back here at the Waukee Fieldhouse alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Amadale. Game 1 of the girls contest here in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes to play. And a long 3 up and good by Sorensen with 11 points. And that is her third 3 of the night. Waukee hanging around as we're under 5 minutes to play. 51-46. Dowling's lead now down to 5 here, Mike Burkert, as the Warriors mounting a comeback and then some.
And that was another 3-pointer from behind the white line.
And now Tritton in the lane, and a shot up and no good, but she drew the foul. And free throws coming for Layla Tritton. A foul on Sorensen, her second for Waukee. So Layla Tritton, a 76% free throw shooter, first time at the line tonight. First one is no good. So we'll get a second free throw. So Tritton with 9 points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Make it 10 with the free throw good. Brought to you in part by Buzz and the Florist, Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Blessman International. 52-46 Dowling. 4.5 minutes to go, and now Waukee underneath. Shot no good by Salo. Rebound Dowling as Ellie Muller may have gotten a piece of the basketball. Nonetheless, the other way we go, and a shot up and good by the Maroons and a foul on Waukee.
Yeah, that one was partially tipped, and then Dowling got the transition going, and Ellie ran the middle of the lane and got a nice easy layup and a foul.
Sorensen picked up the foul, her third for Waukee, and now Muller completes the traditional three-point play, and she now has 18 points for the Maroons. That's her first free throw tonight. And it's 55-46. Dowling by 9 after the Warriors cut it to, was it 5?
Yeah, they did, 51-46.
All right, Warriors in the lane. Peters shot no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller. So Waukee taking some quick shots, and the Maroons leaving them one and done. They lob it inside to Ellie Muller, and the pass is stolen away. A little too strong by Zediker. The entry pass stolen away by Salo, and a foul in the backcourt by Muller. And that'll be Ellie's third.
Yeah, Waukee had a nice shot down there. It had a little 10-footer right in front and just put it up a little bit short.
55-46 Dowling. That'll be team foul number 2 on the Maroons. Waukee with 3 team fouls as we're over halfway through the fourth quarter. Here's Sorensen with it, guarded by Tritton. Backs in against Layla, still on the dribble, and layup with the left hand, no good. And a foul on Tritton. And on Layla, her second. And free throws coming for Sorensen with the clock stopped. Emily Sorensen has 11 points tonight, and she'll go to the line for 2 here. And the first free throw good. Sorensen with 12 points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Fast Signs in Clive. Second free throw good by Sorensen. She has 13 points. And it's 55-48. Dowling by 7, and the basketball with 3:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Macy Harnden in the lineup for the Maroons, replacing Katie Muller. Harnden dribbles in the lane, gets it out to Muller, and that's Ellie with it to Zediker. Zediker down the lane, goes through 2 people. Her layup no good. Rebound Peters and Waukee. And a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. We're going to get a reach-in foul on either Olsen or Harnden. And it's on Olsen. Ellie with her second foul, and that's a 4-team foul here on Dowling. So the Warriors will be shooting the bonus the rest of the way, which is 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and they've hit 6 out of 7 free throws in the second half here, so they've got the range there for it.
Waukee with the basketball. Here's Salo double team, and her pass stolen away by Katie Muller to Ellie Muller, down to Zediker, underneath to Olsen, layup good. The ball didn't hit the floor, Mike, once it got past half court. What a transition basket by the Maroons. Ellie Olsen with her first basket. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. 57-48. Dowling's lead back to 9 with 2:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. You don't see that too often. You see it in practice a lot, and you try to mirror that. All right, we're going to do a full court without dribbling. And it was Muller. It was just diagonal passes. The ball did not touch the court, and a layup by Ellie Olsen with the left hand good.
Yeah. One of the things that it's really difficult to stop a really good transition game. And if you can get the kids to get out and run and make good sharp passes, which they did in that possession there, you can get back before the defense gets set. One thing we've noticed in the second half, or Waukee in a half court situation, they've been playing pretty good defense against Dowling. So that transition was much needed there.
Our thanks to the folks here at Waukee High School, including their athletic director, Eric Boyle, Danny Franklin Printy, their girls coach, and Kevin Kanaski, their boys coach. Appreciate all their assistance and us preparing for the contest. For Waukee, their next contest, well, it's the Battle of Waukee this Friday night over at Waukee Northwest High School. It'll be number 8 Waukee taking on number 3 Waukee Northwest this Friday. For Dowling, the Maroons take on number 1 Johnston. Out of the timeout, Abijay Peters shoots and scores as she gets loose in the lane. Peters now with 17 points. And we got a turnover in the backcourt by Dowling as a little pressure in the backcourt by Waukee.
Waukee slapped a full court press on him, and they dribbled the ball out of bounds.
57-50, Dowling by 7, 2:20 remaining fourth quarter, but these Warriors have been hanging around, and they have the ball right now. With it is Van Kuren. Over to Sorensen, top of the key. Sorensen guarded by Ellie Muller. Over to Salo. She'll launch the three right in front of the Waukee bench. Good! Niren Salo with 10 points. That's her second three of the night. And it's 57-53, Waukee by 4 with 1:45 to go. And now Zediker for three, and that quiets the crowd. It's good. 20 points for Ava Zediker. That's one way to stop that. Ava with her first three of the night. Now an offensive foul on the Warriors. Got an illegal screen set by Sorensen, and that'll be her fourth. So in a matter of seconds, a three by Waukee cuts the Dowling lead, and then a three by Zediker extends the Dowling lead, and then an offensive foul on the Warriors. Now the Maroons turn it over. They have the ball, and they get careless with it. Waukee now with Peters in the front court. Dowling by 7, 1:25 to go. Peters in the lane, jump stop, can't get off the shot. Now Van Kuren for three, it's no good. Rebound Zediker. And the Maroons trying to get something out of each possession, Mike.
Yeah, they need to take some time off the clock here. I'm sure that it was one of those, the last play where Zediker hit the three. Probably the coach was going, nice shot.
Yeah. Peters picks up the foul. That'll be the 14th foul on Waukee. So both teams with 14 fouls. 67 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. I think everybody has 1 minute breaks left, maybe. And we're going to take one here with the timeout, I believe. Although the players are standing up, which means it's a 30. Yep, we'll take a 1 minute break with the score. Dowling 60, Waukee 53. Back at the Waukee Fieldhouse in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
So, why has the Catholic Church done so many bad things?
If your math teacher illustrated that 2 + 2 is 4 by forcing each student to drink 4 gallons of milk, it doesn't mean that the math is wrong when you throw up. Was the teacher abusing his authority and wounding with the truth instead of healing? Probably, but what he taught was still true and still good. So the church offers and teaches only what is true and good, even if the sinners within the church don't live it out. And coming to that, even if we haven't thrown the whole church into scandal, we are all still sinners. So maybe the more appropriate question is, how is the Catholic Church still good when I've done so many bad things? Since we're all one body in Christ, our sin affects everyone and can even lead others to sin. Lucky for us, Christ came to save us from our sin and gave us the church to do it. So let's stop sinning and be the church to others. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
And we're back here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Ava Zediker set to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. As it's a 15 foul on the Warriors. Sorensen picking up her 4th. Ava's first free throw up, good. Zediker with 21 points. On the evening, Dowling 61, Waukee 53. Warriors have been hanging around. Second free throw rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Salah. And now Peters in the lane, drives through, her shot no good. Rebound Zediker, had it slapped away. Muller with it, Ellie. Bounce pass to Tritton. Outlet pass to Olsen. Down court to Katie Muller, layup good. So Maroons break the press as Waukee overcommitted. Katie Muller with her 12th point.
Yeah, they double teamed in the back court, and Dowling broke it and had a nice 2-on-1 fast break.
And Emily Sorensen inside for a basket. She has 15 points. 30 seconds remaining, 63-55, Dowling by 8. And now under contested layup again for the Maroons, this time Ellie Olsen with her 4th point. 65-55, Dowling by 10. 15 seconds remaining, shot clock turned off as Dowling girls are going to improve their record to 13-2. And Waukee will fall to 8-7. And final score, Dowling 65, Waukee 55. And congratulations to the Maroons. They have now won their 8th in a row. and their second meeting with Waukee this year. Maroons winning the first one 58-31 and winning game two 65-55, the final in game one of our girl-boy doubleheader. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back to the Waukee Fieldhouse alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Amadale, and we want to thank our studio producer tonight. That's Roman Wilcom, giving us all the great bumper music, and obviously letting you know who our supporters are of Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic sports in our 48th year of covering Dowling. Again, the final in game one, the girls contest. Number 2 Dowling 65, number 8 Waukee 55, and we'll return after 2 minutes with our post-game show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ with local faith leaders.
I am Father Michael, priest at St. John's. Come, let us go up to the Lord's mountain, to the house of the God of Jacob. With these words from the prophet Isaiah, I invite you to come and experience God's love at St. John's Parish in Adel. Mass times can be found at www.stjohnsadel.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ and His Church on their faith journey.
At Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic owned and operated funeral home, we understand the sacred traditions of the Catholic funeral rites. These traditions bring comfort, honor, and hope through faith in Jesus and the resurrection. Caldwell Parish, Des Moines' only Catholic owned and operated funeral home. CaldwellParish.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Listen longer. That is good advice a TV family therapist gave to a man who asked, what does he do when he and his wife are having a disagreement? He said, listen longer. Great advice today. Let that be your mantra for today. Listen longer. When someone else is talking or disagreeing with you or me, our brain already is answering or questioning what they're saying and what we're going to say next. Listen longer. Oftentimes, if we listen, that person will surprise you with their next thought that often happens to be the one you were going to say. Give that person your full attention and listen longer. It gives that person the moment he or she needs to listen to themselves. They reflect on what they just say. It really works. Listen longer. And that's today's thought of the day.
And welcome back to the Waukee Fieldhouse, the final in game one of our girls and boys basketball doubleheader here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Dowling Catholic 65 and the Waukee Warriors 55. Maroons have now won 8 in a row over the Waukee Warriors, and they won their 8th straight game overall, as Maroons now lead the series over Waukee 16-11. As the Maroons with the win, get a road win tonight and win the series. Dowling winning game one back on December 20th, 58-31 at the Dowling Gym, and victorious tonight here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. And we're totaling up the scoring. My partner Mike Burkert doing the statistics, and I think I've got everything totaled, and a lot of players in double figures. Waukee with 4 players in double figures, and Dowling with 4 players in double figures. Don't see that too often in high school basketball. But I will start as Mike is still totaling up his numbers for Dowling Catholic. The road team tonight, Maroons were led by the, one of the finalists, 5 finalists in Iowa for the high school McDonald's All-American team, and that is Ava Zediker leading the way with 21 points. And on that team, you have Divine Burridge from Davenport North, Journey Houston from Davenport North, Libby Fandel from Cedar Rapids Xavier, Amani Jenkins from Johnson, who we'll see Friday night, and of course Ava Zediker. They're the 5 finalists from Iowa on the McDonald's All-American High School team. That'll be finals will be announced here, I think, in another month or so. But Ava leads the way for the Maroons, 21 points, 18 points for Ellie Muller, 12 points for Katie Muller, 10 points for Layla Tritton, Ellie Olson with 4 points, and Olivia Meredith and Macy Harnden did not score for Dowling. The Maroons went 6 of 9 unofficially at the free throw line. For Waukee, Warriors were led by Abijay Peters with 17 points. She had 12 of those 17 points in the second half. Emily Sorensen with 15 points. 10 points each for Julia Van Kuren and Murin Salo. And 3 points off the bench for Natalie Sitzman. Susie Scott, a starter for the Warriors, did not score. And I have Waukee unofficially 6 of 9 at the free throw line. The Warriors outscored Dowling in the second half 32-28 after the Maroons led 37-23 at halftime. And again, the final, Dowling 65, Waukee 55. Mike Burkert, you got to look at some of the statistics.
Yeah, I do. For Dowling, for the game, they were 25 out of 49 from the field, 51%, 7 of 21, 33% from the three-point range, 7 of 10 free throws. They had 30 rebounds, 10 turnovers. For the Waukee Warriors, they were 19 out of 47, 40% from the field overall, 11 of 26, 42% from the three-point range. They were 6 of 9 from the free throw line. They had 15 rebounds and 8 turnovers from what I had. I think that overall, I think what you saw is what you kind of expected. Waukee is kind of the number 5 team of the CIML, and they played solid game. They show that they can play with the good teams, but just not quite at that level yet. But they're in that top 8 range still, and I don't think they did anything today that is going to drop them out of that.
They're trending towards the number 1 seed. Right now they're a solid number 2 seed, but you never know how this all shapes out. And you look at Waukee's schedule the rest of, the next few weeks. This Friday they will travel across town, take on 3rd-seeded Waukee Northwest. That's always a big game when you take on a team that's higher ranked than you. And then on Saturday they take on 12th-ranked Iowa City Liberty right here at the Waukee Fieldhouse, 3 o'clock in a non-conference game. And then they have the week off, and then they host Ankeny Centennial a week from this Friday, right here on Friday, January 31st. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons will be home on Friday night after this 2-game road trip. Maroons will be hosting number 1 Johnson in a girl-boy doubleheader, and the Johnson girls ranked number 1 going into tonight's game, I guess, against Urbandale. And then on Saturday, Dowling girls traveling to Omaha, on the campus of Creighton University, and they'll take on Papillion La Vista South out of a suburb of Omaha. And then they'll have the week off. The Maroons will be in action on Friday, January 31st. They'll host number 15 Ankeny. So a lot can happen now and then, Mike, but I forgot we got a bye next week, so no game a week from next Tuesday. But Friday night, we have Dowling Johnson. I know you're going to be in Florida, and well-deserved, with your son being awarded a tremendous award for his business. And if Mom and Dad get to come down and enjoy some nice weather, maybe the snow won't be as it is in northern Florida. Hopefully you're heading to southern Florida, but congratulations to your son and his award. And we got somebody to pinch hit for you. I'm not going to announce it to our listeners. That'll be a tease for them. But I will say this. I was criticizing his coaching in game 1 today at the 445 in the floor right below us.
We'll see how people were listening to see if they can figure that one out.
We look forward to that Friday. But Mike, I'll probably see you here in about 10 days. So we don't have a game next Tuesday, so it'll be a week from Friday before I see you. But safe travels, and congratulations to your son.
I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Mike Burkert, as we're going to get set. We're going to take a 1-minute break, so I'll give you a chance to get out of here because Mr. Cataldo is right over there. We'll be back to preview the boys' game between Dowling Catholic and Waukee here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Final in the girls' contest. Dowling 65, Waukee 55. Dowling girls now 13-2 on the year, and they have now won their 8th straight game. The Waukee girls fall to a record of 8-7, and they have now lost 8 in a row to Dowling in this series. We'll return in 1 minute for the boys' contest along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.